Welcome back everyone, it's Eric from Rare Candy. Here we have the fourth and final round of the recent Expanded League Challenge I got to go attend at Cape Fear Games in Wilmington, North Carolina. So if you guys did miss it, we did upload 3 other rounds already. We'll have links down below in the description if you want to check those out as well. But here at round 4 we have actually yours truly. I'm going to be over on the left playing Alolan Exeggutor. And on the right we have Armando Moreno. He's going to be playing Buzzwole here. So probably whoever is going to win this match is going to end up winning the league challenge. So stakes a little high for this tournament here. And it looks like we're about to get underway. And I'm going to get to go first, it appears. And this actually, okay, this is actually a really good start. We have both Dittos. We have a Battle Compressor. This is, you know, we have Alolan Exeggutor ready to go in hand for next turn. This is really, really good here. So it looks like I'm going to eye down another Execute, probably putting that in the discard here. Just probably taking a peek through my deck, seeing what we have access to. And this is a pretty decent little hand. I'm like slightly tempted to just sit on this hand for next turn, but one thing I'm kind of worried about actually is if Armando plays like Buzzwole GX. So at this point, all I've seen is a baby Buzzwole, so this could be like Baby Buzz Shrine, but in case he plays Buzzwole GX, I really need to get down Mr. Mime. So here I'm going to play an N, just have us both shuffle our hands into our deck and get a new hand of 6. So I really want to find that Mr. Mime card because it will prevent bench damage, has that bench barrier ability. So that's going to be very important here. Ditto Prism Star in particular, a very, very important card I want to try to protect. Even the Ditto in the active spot, also very important for this deck. So let's see what we can find off of this end. So we see a Level Ball. Okay, I have Level Ball, that'll be good. I can just search out that Mr. Mime, get it down, and prevent some bench damage from coming into effect if Armando does have access to something like that. So here, yeah, you can see I'm eyeing down that Mr. Mime right away, kind of knowing, you know, how important that card is going to be against these different Buzzwole variants here. So it's definitely a pretty strong little opening on my first turn here. Just taking one more peek through my deck just to seeing what all is in there. And after that, probably just going to see a pass. Not really too much else I could ask for. Got the Battle Compressor, getting 3 eggs in the discard pile. You know, got both Dittos into play. Here you can see Armando is having to read that Ditto from Boundaries Crossed. And from there, probably just going to see a pass here. And not sure what we're discussing. But anyways, just to pass it over to Armando here. So let's see how he's going to be able to respond this turn. Okay, we are going to see Buzzwole GX come down with a strong energy, so definitely a good thing I found the Mr. Mime here. And looks like just a retreat and going to see a knockout on this Ditto. So one thing that is nice about that, I do actually have Lance Prism Star in hand if I'm not mistaken. I could, it looks like I might be thinking about taking a turn off from really putting on pressure to get out the Lance. And I actually think I do like that. A lot of times the games you get off Lance are going to be games that you're going to end up winning. Just because Lance is really great. Whenever one of your Pokemon gets knocked out, you can search your deck for 2 Dragon Pokemon and put them on your bench. So that's going to be really important, I think, the further we get into this game. So here, I'm just going to promote the Mr. Mime. That tells me we are going to see a Lance come down here. Also get Computer Search, very, very good card here. Unfortunately, we're going to be, I think, a card short of pulling off a knockout. Even with a Computer Search to find an energy, this Mr. Mime is going to be stuck in the active spot, which is a bit unfortunate. So here we're just going to go for the Lance. I think this is fine. Even if Armando is able to knock out this Mr. Mime on the next turn, I'm really not even too concerned about bench damage at this point, since we are able to Lance these Exeggutors out. So here you can see Armando's having to read this card. This tournament actually took place before Toronto and Greensboro Regionals, before this Alolan Exeggutor saw some play by myself. So a lot of people are going to be a little bit unfamiliar with this card, but has an attack called Egg Splat for a grass and colorless. And okay, it looks like I'm still eyeing down, maybe propagating again, but it has an attack for grass colorless. It does 60 times the amount of executes you discard from your hand. So you can see the synergy here in Expanded. You can you know, propagate executes back to your hand and every turn do more damage. So here I am going to go for a Computer Search. One thing I could be going for is maybe even a Marshadow. I think that is a potential option. Okay, gonna go for an Exeggutor. So just trying to set up, you know, one more Exeggutor here, prevent that Ditto from being knocked out. And I guess that's okay as well. I don't really have too big of a problem with that. Could have opted to maybe save that for next turn to find myself a float stone if Armando's unable to knock out this Mr. Mime. But nevertheless, I think this is still okay. Right now my board is in a spot where I think that I'm going to be in a decent spot. I think to, go through the rest of the game with an attacker. So here I'm just going to... Ooh, that's actually a really good top deck as well. So I'm going to get down a counter energy. Since Armando did take a prize already, it will activate that counter energy. And I have Guzma, so I can actually just bring up one of these Buzzwoles and take a knockout that way. So here I am going to go for Guzma. Just trying to think, who do I actually want to go for? I actually wouldn't mind taking out the Buzzwole with a float stone, but at the same time, if I take out the one with energy, which it looks like I'm going for, that also could be good at maybe preventing like a Muscle Band, Diancie, Prism Star, Sledgehammer type of attack at some point. So that is what I'm going to go for here. Tying up both prizes here. Let's see how Armando's going to respond. He hasn't really done too much this game. After that end, I don't even think he played a draw supporter. So here he's going to get down a Fighting Energy, and we'll probably just see a Sledgehammer for 30, softening up this Alolan Exeggutor. But Alolan Exeggutor does have 160 HP, so it's really not going anywhere. And here I top deck a Double Dragon Energy, which is pretty big as well. And Sycamore away another Execute that I got off the prizes. So right now my deck is pretty much firing on all cylinders. This is setting up just how you'd basically want for this Alolan Exeggutor deck. Shrine of Punishment also pretty big here. It's going to put this Buzzwole GX down to 180 hit points, making to where I only have to discard 3 eggs instead of 4 as well. So you're also going to Battle Compressor, just thinning out the deck a little bit more. Going to put some of those one-of supporters in the discard pile. That way we can get them out at some point with the Verse Seeker. So we're seeing Teammates and Faba hit the discard there. Not sure what else I want to get rid of. Could get rid of maybe some less relevant tech Pokemon. Also could just get rid of another Battle Compressor if there's nothing else. And it looks like that's kind of what I'm opting for here. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to throw an N in the discard. So I also think that's okay as well. I'm going to be going down to 4 prizes. N's probably not the best draw support to see at this point in the game anyways. And here we're just going to propagate all of those eggs back and use Egg Splat to take a knockout on Buzzwole. So Armando's really going to need something here to get back into this game. He does have a Guzma, so he could bring up Mr. Mime and try to stall. I think that'll be an option. But here he is just going to extend a hand and concede. So definitely not the best hand to work with there. And unfortunately for Armando, I am going to take this game with Alolan Exeggutor. So unfortunately guys, I apologize, this wasn't the most back and forth game that we had here, but I hope you still enjoyed this game to an extent, just to see this wacky Exeggutor deck I've been playing lately in action. But as usual, feel free to like and subscribe guys, and if you can, consider supporting this channel by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or by visiting our online store at rarecandytcg.com. It would mean a lot. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.